Hello there. Welcome to Simply Learning. My name is Hamza Luwama, and I'm going to take you through a simple definition here in mathematics. And the definition I want to share with you is what we call the Pythagoras theorem. The Pythagoras theorem. Now, this theorem was introduced by a gentleman called Pythagoras, who was a Greek, and he looked at a right-angled triangle. He considered a right-angled triangle, which when the right-angled triangle is one that has one of the angles as 90, which when it has one side having a small letter a in terms of dimensions or distance, and the other side has a small letter b. Then if this side has a small letter c, then this side is what we call the hypotenuse. Then this is what we call the adjacent. And then this side is what we call the opposite side. Those words are in reference to the angle theta subtended at the bottom. So therefore, he suggested that if I have A, B, and C as the small sides of the right-angled triangle, and C is the long, A and B as the small sides, and C is the longest side, then the definition of the theorem states that when you have A squared plus the square of B, you will be in position to get the square of C. So this is the definition that was introduced by Pythagoras. This definition can further be brought out if you use trigonometry, but some of you might not have heard of trigonometry. For example, my friends in lower classes of primary and the like, they could not have maybe heard of these words of like trigonometry, the angles and the like. Perhaps they have not yet heard much about them. So for them, I can't talk much about them right now. So with that reason, we can look at that definition and take a look at some examples in this sense, and we see how best this gentleman used this theorem to solve challenges in the world, as we may see right-angled triangles. So, for example, if you consider an example, which says, given that a right-angled triangle ABC is shown below. In that case, we have the right-angled triangle, which is shown below. It's like this. It has a side of 5, and this side it has 12. They can ask you to find C, the longest side. And remember, the theorem states that if they have not mentioned for you the A's and the B's, you can assume this side is A, assume this side is B. Okay? When you assume those are your sides of A, B, and C, then go ahead and say A squared plus B squared should give me C squared. And this will confirm 5 to the square plus 12 to the square is going to be equal to C to the square. Therefore, our C squared will become 25 plus 144. And this gives me 169. So if we realize 169, then our C squared is equal to 169, and we can get the square root on both sides to find the value of C. So therefore, C will become 13 units of measurement. So our side C has 13 units, and with that, you are using what we call the Pythagoras theorem. The other way they can give you the C if C was the one given, which is 13, and they never gave you the A, but they have given you the B, which is 12. Then still A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. And you can use A squared as an unknown plus 12 squared is equal to 13 squared. With this, you would confirm your A squared as 13 squared minus 12 squared, giving us 169 minus 144. For that reason, A squared will be equal to 25. And when you get the square root on both sides, you can confirm that our A is 5. So this is how this theorem works. You can use it when you're finding the longest side. You can use it when you're finding any of the shortest sides, which calls for subtraction along the way when you are solving the problem. So that is how this gentleman, Pythagoras, made this theorem relevant to us. And here it has been brought to you by Simply Learning, and your host has been Hamza Ruwama. Goodbye. Let's meet next time. Hope you've enjoyed this session. Bye-bye.